on tracking remote 1.
7, 6,
5,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Roll fade up and track. Coming to camera 1 with a lower third. Camera 1 ready to start your move. Stand by. Start your move, camera 1. Mix Mike's cue.
Good afternoon and welcome
Ready to change font?
January 9th edition of Westman Newsline.
And change font. Ready to lose font. And lose font. Ready VTR green, sound on, tracking VTR green.
Of their purses and let you know the latest in the Phoenix Sinclair inquiry. And Chloe will begin with sports. Chloe, the Manitoba Sky Tournaments of Hearts is well underway in Bird.
That's right, Kirk. 3 Westman teams are hoping to take their game all the way to the national stage. I'll bring you the latest standings later on in sports.
Thanks, Chloe, and Rebecca will begin with weather. Rebecca, it's sure a lot nicer outside.
And roll take track green.
It really is, Kirk.
Coming to camera 2 with an over the shoulder.
Much less severe wind chills are going to remain with us throughout the weekend. Currently in Brandon, we have a few clouds with an east wind at only 3 kilometers an hour, and we're sitting at minus 18 degrees. A far cry from the minus 30-somethings we've been experiencing recently.
5,
I'll be back with all your warm weather
3,
details later
2,
on in the show.
1.
Mike's cue take.
Thanks, Rebecca. A woman in Brandon is in custody in connection with a string of purse snatching that mostly targeted
5 over the shoulders.
5 over the shoulders in this package. 4 this block. 4 after this
violence
one.
and attempted theft in relation to a total of 6 incidents. In most of the incidents, which began November 29th, a suspect trolled parking lots outside local businesses and grabbed purses as people were loading groceries or other purchases in their vehicles. In one case, a suspect drove up to someone to ask for directions.
Ready, change on
and
deco.
tried unsuccessfully to steal the victim's purse.
Sinclair inquiry, next one.
And change.
The Manitoba government says it won't release a final report into how social services failed a murdered 5-year-old girl.
We have 3 more over the shoulders after this one.
For almost 2 years, a public inquiry examined the death of Phoenix Sinclair, who bounced in and out of foster care before she was murdered by her mother and mother's boyfriend. Commissioner Ted Hughes delivered his final report to the NDP government in December, but a government spokeswoman says it won't be made public until after 2 by-elections are held on January 28th. Angela Jameson says the ban on government announcements during by-election campaigns prevents the NDP from releasing the commissioner's recommendation. Lawyer Jeff Ginden, who represented Sinclair's father and foster mother at the inquiry, said the interpretation is, quote, mind-boggling.
And change deco.
Canada's first case of the H5N1
2 more stories after this one.
infection was reported yesterday from an Alberta native who just came back from a month-long stay in China. The person was complaining of feeling sick when flying back from Beijing to Alberta. Health Minister Rona Ambrose said the risk of getting H5N1 is very low. This case is not part of the seasonal flu which circulates in Canada every year. Dr. Gregory Taylor, acting Chief Public Health Officer, said it was unlikely transmission occurred on the planes. With this reported death, Canada is the 16th country that has been affected by the virus. Since 2003, there have been 650 cases. The patient checked into hospital on January 1st and died 2 days later on January 3rd. And while H5N1 is not a strain that has proven to be transmitted from human to H1N1 is. So the chances of getting H1N1, the prevalent flu bug this year, are greatly reduced by immunization.
Ready, change on deco.
Professionals say it's not too late to get a flu shot this year.
And change.
Residents of Iqaluit Nunavut
one more story after this one.
After a fierce windstorm that had gusts reaching 150 kilometers an hour. Yesterday,
stand by, lose in center after the next story.
Stairs have been ripped from buildings, roofs damaged, windows smashed, and cars and doors buried in the snow. While 2 people were taken to hospital after being exposed to high levels of carbon monoxide, they have recovered. At least one television pole blew over, its lines hanging dangerously close to a home.
And change.
And speaking of homes, here's a much cheerier story to warm
Ready to lose in centers. Stand by remote 1 for markets. Stand by music for
homes for low-income families in Brandon, so that they can have the opportunity to own a home without paying high market prices while they save for a down payment. STEP has built a total of 3 homes so far in partnership with the City of Brandon, the Province of Manitoba, Canadian Mental Health Association, Westman Region, Brandon Regional Renewal Association, and the Brandon Energy Efficiency Program.
Ready, lose in center.
Mario Cerrone, owner of the second house, Bill, said he hopes other families will get the chance to own a home just like his family.
And lose in center.
And with that, let's take a look at where today's money markets are currently sitting.
Music. Take track music. Ready crossfade?
This one's a package.
Thank you. And crossfade. Ready, camera 2, clean.
Media production students of Assiniboine Community College. Local news, weather, and sports on Brandon's only TV newscast, Westman Newsline, airing at 1 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on WCG-TV.
And mix Mike's cue.
Cody Brown and his family, known for their
remote
reality
1,
show
sound on,
Sister
tracking
Wives
remote
TLC,
1.
won a major legal victory in Utah last month. A federal judge threw out the section of the state's ban on polygamy that prohibits cohabitation, but now that ruling is under siege. Chris Como has a look at their story and their legal battle.
And roll take track.
Response in minute 40.
Be here all together if we weren't committed.
All right.
Courtesy of TLC.
Courtesy of TLC. And 3, 2, 1. Lose font.
Polygamous family on TLC's reality
Change
show.
font. Perfect. Thank
Sister
you.
Wives. One husband, 4 wives, and 17 children.
It has a minute 30 left.
Minute 30.
In 2011, the family fled from Utah to Nevada, fearing prosecution after they say an investigation into their lifestyle was launched.
Here in Las Vegas, our family culture has really been crumbling.
You're doing a great job,
charges
Kirk.
were ever brought against them, but Brown sued the state of Utah, claiming his family's
Those
privacy
glasses are
rights
really
were
helping you.
violated by a law banning cohabitation.
Boy.
Then, in December, a major victory for the Browns.
50 seconds
A federal
to fly,
judge
minute left in peace.
overturned part of the decades-old
1 minute left in peace.
anti-polygamy statute, saying it did violate First Amendment rights.
The idea here is that cohabitation between as many people as want to live together is beyond sort of the purview of the government. They can't outlaw that.
The ruling did keep some limitations on polygamy.
What?
Multiple adults can now live together without fear of prosecution, but husbands or wives
there's no way that was a
still
minute.
cannot seek
30
more
seconds
than one marriage license.
30 seconds. Get ready for news outro.
But the Browns may not yet.
Okay, so stand by VTR green sound on. Stand by.
Incoming Utah Attorney
not even
General
ready
Sean
yet.
Reyes says he intends to appeal the judge's decision,
All right.
which could mean more legal battles ahead.
15 seconds.
And his big family.
At
10.
minimum, if this opinion is overturned on appeal,
Okay, ready,
then
camera 2.
any cohabitation
8,
can
7,
potentially be unlawful
6,
and
5,
can potentially be
4,
prosecuted under
3,
Utah law as
2,
it exists.
1. Mix Mike's cue take.
That's it for news, but stay tuned.
Ready,
for best
VTR
of next
green
with
sound
Newsline
on.
weather.
And roll take track. Ready, mix to camera 1 with effects and font. In 3, 2, 1. Mix Mike's cue.
Good
Ready to
afternoon
lose
with
font.
Newsline weather. I'm Rebecca
And
Knight.
lose font. Ready to roll no one under. Ready to track in music. And roll mix under track music.
We have a few clouds with an east wind at only 3 kilometers an hour. And we're sitting at minus 18 degrees.
Ready change.
The wind chill, quite a difference from the last few days, is minus 20.
And change.
During the remainder of the day and into this evening, the temperature will rise by 6 degrees to minus 12 with a very light wind
Ready,
coming
change.
from the southeast at 5 kilometers an hour.
And change.
There will be no worrying about dangerous wind chills overnight. We will have a cloudy sky with clear breaks and a low of minus 11 degrees and a wind chill of minus 15.
And change. Jordan, can you shut that
Turning
door?
to our satellite image now. Although much of that heavier cloud coverage remains north of us, we can still expect a few clouds to hang around throughout the day and into overnight.
And change.
Taking a look at our radar. As you can see, there are no precipitous cells in the region.
Ready, change.
That is likely to change on Sunday.
And change.
And the warming trend is going to continue well into next week. Friday should be beautiful with a high of minus 6 degrees, some variable cloudiness, and a low of minus 11. The weekend looking fantastic. Saturday will be a high of minus 6 degrees and variable cloudiness and a low of minus 10. Sunday, although there's a 40% chance of flurries, we're looking for a high of minus 3 degrees and a low of minus 10. The 40% chance of flurries continues into Monday with a high of minus 5 and a low of minus 14.
Ready,
on
change.
Tuesday, there's a 30% chance of snow, and we'll be looking at a high of minus 8 degrees and a low of minus 11 with variable cloudiness.
And change.
Taking a look at the regional temperatures currently around southern Manitoba. Winnipeg is in at minus 11.
Stand by to
Portage La Prairie minus 13. Dauphin minus 12. Neepawa is sitting at minus 16. Carberry minus 14.
Down a little bit.
Killarney is our warm
please.
spot at minus 8. Minnedosa minus 15. And Vernon is in at minus 14.
And change.
Seasonal normals for this time of year are high of minus 13 with a low of minus 24 degrees. A record high was set this day in 2012 at 4.5 degrees, and the low was set in 1993 at minus 41.2 degrees.
And change. Ready to mix back to still store, ready to track out music.
A wind chill of minus 20 and a partly cloudy sky.
And mix under track out music.
That's all for weather, but stick around. Chloe's up next with Newsline Sports.
And roll mix track. Come to camera 1 with the lower third. And mix Mike's cue.
Good afternoon.
Ready to lose font?
3 over the
And lose font. Change deco.
And a package.
As the 2014 Manitoba Scotties Tournament of Hearts is well underway. 3 teams from Westman are fighting for a chance to take their game to the national stage. Brandon's own Kelsey Russell lost her first contest 10-3 to Winnipeg's Michelle Montfort.
We've got another over the shoulder after this, and then we're going to do a lose in center and go into a package.
In a surprising and dramatic finish, Pam Robbins, who throws last stones for Brandon's Courtney Teal, was down by 1 and was forced to ankle raise her lone guard and take out 2 stones in the house. She made the shot and held her shooter to score 3 and beat Winnipeg's Joelle Brown 7-5. Be sure to check out all Manitoba Scotties Tournament of Hearts action right here on WCG-TV.
And change.
The men's and women's Brandon University Bobcats basketball team walked away with the first half of the season with very different attitudes. The men faced disappointment while the women showed promise.
Ready to
Both
lose in
teams
center.
achieved 2-8 records, but for a women's team that had lost 73 straight conference games,
3 minutes
2
left
wins in
in
the
show.
same weekend on the road is
How
a
long is
sure
that
sign of
package?
progress for the rest of the season.
Oh, okay.
The men's team is
About 2
disappointed in the
minutes.
first half of the season. However, with more home games than away and an easier schedule in the future, they are optimistic that their record will improve. The Bobcats basketball teams play the Thompson Rivers Wolfpack at home this Friday and UBC Okanagan Heat Saturday at the HLC.
And lose in center.
Football's biggest game is getting harder and harder for the average fan to afford. John Berman tells us why the Super Bowl comes with such a hefty price tag.
And roll take track.
It's packed with
ready
superstar
for
athletes,
font.
19,000 performances.
Yeah, 19,000 is the day. First font at a minute.
Coming out of this, we're going straight to camera 2.
But if you're looking for a seat inside New Jersey's MetLife Stadium,
the average fan, the true fan, really can't afford to go to the game and enjoy it. They have to watch it at home.
The average Super Bowl ticket price has risen by $200 in the past 5 years, but that's just face value. Tickets for Super Bowl 48 are once again soaring into the thousands via secondary markets like StubHub and Ticket Exchange. One fan, Josh Mickelman, is so upset he's suing the NFL after shelling out $4,000 for 2 tickets, much higher than face value.
I think probably all the corporate big was taking all the tickets.
His lawsuit claims the leagues violated New Jersey's Consumer Fraud Act by only releasing a meager 1% of these tickets to the general public through a lottery system, leaving the majority of tickets susceptible to enormous price gouging.
So with the
there he is.
3, 2, 1, lose font.
Low, obviously.
Alright, coming back to camera 2, clean. 45 in package.
According to the NFL, roughly 75% of tickets are given out to individual teams, who in turn are supposed to sell a percentage at face value to fans.
30.
With a lawsuit,
32.
teams instead offer them in large part to resellers who closely inflate
can you
the
tilt
price.
down, please, camera 2?
More people should have access to the tickets.
The lawsuit claims one such reseller packaged their tickets for a whopping $19,000.
And Mike's Q-Take. Mike's Q-Take.
And Kirk, that's all for sports.
Thanks, Chloe, and that's all we have for you today.
40 seconds left.
Again next Tuesday for Brad's only TV newscast, Westman
Ready to start your move, and start your move. Font in, track and music. Alright, ready to lose font. Or no, ready to mix the still store, and mix under, ready to lose font. And
20 seconds.
Lose font, change on deco. Ready character generator and
15.
take character generator. Ready to change. And
9,
change.
8, 7,
fade to black.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And fade to black.